pretty decent day out. You can see it's kind of overcast and cloudy, which actually works to our advantage right now. In the summertime, it's extremely difficult to do a live. The phones just get too hot. They shut down. They may go 5 minutes, they may go 15 minutes, but they get hot, they shut down. So we're kind of taking advantage of the day today. Even though it is a Friday afternoon, we typically try to do these on the weekends. But we're supposed to have, there's a pretty good chance for rain both tomorrow and Sunday. We have not done any yard walks in several months. Been a lot of things changing around here. So I thought we'd jump on for a little bit, see what you guys are up to, go wander around and check out a few things. So anyhow, be more than happy to show you some stuff. We are vertical since YouTube took the horizontal aspect of things away for the time being. So we are vertical right now. I apologize for that. I know it's fine on a phone, but on other stuff it doesn't work as well. But we'll go wander around, check some stuff out. These tours are viewer guided. If there's something you want to see, be sure to post it in the comments, and we will sure try to wander by whatever particular vehicle you would like to see. Be more than happy to show you certain parts, specific things like that. Just give me a shout after we get done to get into pricing, shipping, things like that. There's just a lot of variables involved. You need just a door shell, do you need a complete door? Do you need the trim on the door? Do you need the glass? All that affects pricing as well as shipping as well. So that way we're not sitting here for 5 minutes discussing the specifics of one certain order. More than happy to show you the part. Give me a shout after we get done if you would please. 620-786-4428, and we can sure discuss the specifics of what you're interested in. So anyway, that being said, we're just going to go wander around a bit. We'll see if anybody has time to jump on today. Maybe they don't, maybe they do, who knows. Because like I said, we typically do these on the weekends. Just the weather was cooperating today. I had a couple of minutes today to jump on and do something. So thought we'd go ahead and try to squeeze one in on this Friday afternoon, since it is pretty decent and cool out. So there's Austin hanging out with us. Anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and flip the camera around, and we're gonna go do some wandering. South Texas Haunts is on with us. So, anything you want to see? Whoops, except to unplug the mic. How's that? Sound better? Ken Schultz, 66 Dodge cab. I don't think I've got a 66 cab. There's JP. We'll head over to some 60s, late 60s era Dodges. I've got a few of them back that way. That's a good place to start, Ken. We will head over there. I think I got a 64 and a 68 back in that corner. We'll head that direction and check some of that stuff out. Mike from Texas is here with us. So we're going to wait towards those Dodges. Throw up what you want to see as we're wandering around, and we'll sure try to work past something you might like. All right, here we go. Carl from Pennsylvania is on with us. So, like I said, viewer guided. Bill in Delaware hanging out. Lots of things have changed since you guys were here in April for the gathering of the nobodies, so. Heading over towards some of these 60s era Dodge pickups. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let your friends know that we are on this afternoon if they want to come hang out. Any new internationals? What era, Carl? Like that 59? I haven't gotten anything like that here as of lately. Had those KB6s and 7s come in. Shoot, I guess that was a year ago. Yep, no 59s here as of late. Here's a 68 Dodge, short bed, half-ton V8 automatic. What all new of Tractor Mike's here? Just one lawnmower, actually. He took everything else home. He left one lawnmower, is all that he left. We can check it out if you guys want to see Mike's new lawnmower. Steve's here with us. Nice, glad you got that one going, Carl. I think this is like a 64 Dodge, half-ton long bed. All right, you want to see Tractor Mike's newest mower? We'll head that direction. Any new Pontiacs? I don't think I got any Pontiacs in the last few weeks. There's Tractor Mike's mower, one of the mowers he got. Huffy. Don't know what the heck he's gonna do with this one. Chevy loves. Head by some Chevy loves. We can do that. So there's one of the mowers that Tractor Mike just got. I don't know much about it. I don't know why he bought it, but he thought he needed to own it, so he does. All right, head towards some Chevy loves. Head to the, buy some loves. We can do that. I want to see Tractor Mike riding that. That could be comical. Maybe we can get him drinking up Busch lattes and we'll at least get a picture of him sitting on it. We're going to cut through here. As we go past the Lincoln diesel, there's Pete. Yep, it's nice and overcast and cool today, Pete, so we are out wandering around. Devin's on. 59 Buicks. We can head that way here after we catch these loves. Here's an early 4 headlight love. And we've got a later one as well. Ooh, look at that, guys. You haven't seen that yet. Video coming on that soon. One more Chevy love that we're going to go swing by. And then we're going to cut back the other way, back to the 59 Buicks. So like we said, these are viewer guided. Something you want to see, be sure to throw it up there in the comments. And we'll try to walk by something like what you're looking at. Nice cool day out here today at least. And here is a later love single headlight. One on each side as opposed to the quads of the earlier ones. This one out of the Tractor Mike collection. He actually bought this at an auction years ago. He actually drove this when he bought it. I'm guessing maybe that has something to do with this hood. Not sure. Tractor Mike said it did run and drive when he bought it, but he did not clarify whether that hood was in that condition when he bought it or shortly thereafter. All right, let's head towards some 59 Buicks. Sounds good, JP. Lots of cabs, front clips in this area, beds off of pickups that were taken apart over the years. And like I said, we're just wandering. Something you want to see, throw it up in the comments, and we'll head that direction. Heading to the 59 Buicks right now. And here we go. '59 Electra flat top. I'm not sure what you mean there, Ken. '59 LeSabre four-door sedan. '59 LeSabre four-door hardtop flat top. And a '59 Invicta four-door hardtop flat top. So that's what I've got for 59, just those four. Yep, that's right, Bill. They will not let us go horizontal. They have to be vertical. I think Dad has a hood molding out on the shelf. We were looking at that a week or two ago, Devin. All right, what's anybody else want to see? Throw it up in the comments and we'll sure try to work by whatever particular vehicle you would like to see. International Scouts, we've got 2 of them, Carl. One of them is not too far from here. The other one has been moved up to what is going to be the new International section. So I guess we'll catch the one that we're fairly close to, and then we'll just work our way over to what's going to be the new International section. That's a good idea, Carl. I'm glad you brought that up. No different 67 to 72 GMC or Chevys here lately. I've got one 60s era Scout, one 79 Scout 2. The first one we're going to catch is the earlier one. 50 Chevy Coupes. The only true coupe I've got in that era, Pete, is that 53 we did a video on 3 or 4 months ago. Here's one of the Scouts. It's rough, but it's mostly intact. It's got a ton of good pieces on it. The roof's flipped over to the side over there. Kept sliding off, so I figured it was better off just slide it on off and lean it up there till I get this moved and can get the roof tied back down on it. '68 to '72 El Caminos, we've got 2 of them, a 68 and a 71. The 68 is literally right around the corner from where we're at right now. We'll catch that one, and then we can catch the 71 here after a bit. This 68 El Camino, it's had a left front fender and the left door have been replaced. Other than that, I don't think this car has ever been touched. Factory red, black interior. It's got a little rust in the rockers and then of course around the rear wheel wells. But this thing is a highly original 68 El Camino. Just a basic small block automatic, steering, brakes, and air. See if we can get the hood open on this here with one hand while I hold the camera. That ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to sit this thing down. Under the hood, other than some of the grasses growing up here, this thing's never been monkeyed with. Original air cleaner, original warm air tube coming up off the exhaust manifold. We are in Great Bend, Kansas, right about in the middle of Kansas. So this is kind of a neat old car. You just don't find these that just haven't been monkeyed with in some way, shape, or form. Someone was going to restore this car. They've actually ordered a bunch of weather strips and stuff that comes with it too. Tilt column. 66 Cutlass bumpers or 67 Cutlass do not have either one of those, Gail. All right, Ken, I will try to look and see when I get a minute. Which one are we talking about, Jack? 71 Mustang Coupe. Once again, a car somebody started on. That car is complete. And other than the fact they sanded part of it down and put it in primer, it's all there. I've still got the original title for that car. It's a pretty good old Ford pickup, 69 Ford pickup. Triumph Spitfire. I don't know anything about a Triumph. Some guy called me and said, I'm heading through your way. You want to buy a Triumph? So I bought a Triumph. Don't know a thing about it. More cabs. More beds. I do not have any Datsuns. I don't keep any Datsuns, Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans. When something like that comes in, I basically drain the fluids and throw it in the stack. Don't keep any Asian stuff at all like that. Working our way up to where I'm going to start putting internationals. I've only got a couple of them up there, but I've got a spot set for them. Sounds good, JR. Just give me a call. Over here in what I like to call the new yard, this yard has been here for decades. It is a mess, to say the least. I am slowly making some progress. Over here, as we get to the front, we'll show you what I started last year. Some of you guys have already seen this, but I just had to pick a place and start organizing, so that's kind of what I did. But like for instance, this pile right here, these engines, rear ends, all this is junk that I have found between cars as I'm picking them up to moving them over here. So getting this stuff stacked up, ready for an iron guy to come get it. I've got a big grain truck bed back there full of it, and this is just stuff I'm picking up off the ground over here because it's just so much junk in here. So no organization, no rhyme, no reason, kind of wherever there was a hole is where the next car got dumped. But I've got a plan, so I guess that counts for something, right guys? All right, almost up to where I'm going to start moving internationals too. So any other comments? If anything anybody wants to see, be sure to get them into the comments so we can work that direction. Edsel. Fords. This is where I started almost a year ago. We can see some of the shoe boxes here lined up. This next section, I'm laying this out. This will be a roadway through the middle of here. So we can see our shoe boxes here. And then I got to the point where I needed to get a road worked in, starting with the next row of shoe boxes there. So there's some shoe boxes here. Then we got the 41 to 48 style Ford. And I've got a few Model A's here on the corner. And that's basically what I did. I started with the early Fords right here on the corner and then started working my way back. So a few Model A's, 39. I've got another 39 coming in. I'm going to find a place to put it. And then getting into the 41 to 48 style Fords. So, obviously, this section here is where my Fords will start. From here, they will head east towards the back of the lot. 37 right here. There again, didn't have room on the front row, had to get it stashed in here somewhere. 37, there's another 40 Ford two-door sedan, but keeping them right here in these groups. There's Heather, so I can find stuff. Now, I have to keep things laid out so I can get into the sides of these cars with the loader to move something. We're supposed to get rain for the next few days. It looks like today it's going to miss us. It's out west, but it looks like it's going to miss us today. Tomorrow and Sunday are both looking very promising for rain. That's part of the reason I jumped on today. It's cool, it's overcast, but it is still dry at this point. So, once again, over here I leave another roadway. I need about 22 feet between rows of vehicles so I can swing in with the loader and make a U-turn and come in on the side of a vehicle to pick it up. So, I'm starting with Fords there. I wanted to do some trucks next, so I'm starting with International right up here. So right here, 79 Scout 2, one of the newest International pickups I have because it's about as long as they made them. And then I think it's a 72 or 74 International pickup. So, we will come across here. I usually like to put 5 to 6 vehicles across a row. I bet you are, Bill, you're probably getting some rain from that hurricane. So we'll bring Internationals across the front here, and then we'll head back that way with Internationals. So all this had cars in it that I've moved, just random stuff that had been dumped here. I've got them moved, just sat off to the side as I'm building these sections out. So is that the best way to do it? Is the right way to do it? I have no idea. But I think it's going to work for me, so that's what I'm working on. So anyway, we'll head back this direction and just let me know what you guys want to see. Once again, and here's a good example of the way things were set up in this yard. These 4 vehicles here need to be moved. I just haven't done it yet. But right here, these were in this group when I bought it. You can see there were vehicles here that I've already moved out. But right here, just to show you the kind of organization there was a 47 Oldsmobile, a 55 Cadillac, a 48 Dodge, and a 57 International, all right in this cluster. So it was literally pretty much wherever there was a hole is where a car got dropped when this facility was put together. I'm trying to do a little bit better job of that for a more long-term plan to keep things hopefully a little better organized. So anyway, 65 Chevy trucks. I know there's one back here towards the back. We'll go catch that one. Kind of work our way back. Those things have not been picked up and organized yet, so those are kind of scattered as well. But I do know, I'm pretty sure there's one, I think it's 65, it's right there, not too far from here. We'll go catch that one. And as always, just give me a shout if you've got any questions. 620-786-4428 is my number. Give me a call after we get done if you have any specific questions, and we can sure talk about what you need for your project. We are located in central Kansas, Great Bend, right about in the middle of the state of Kansas. If you put your finger in the middle of the map, you're not going to be too far off from where we're located. Yeah, but I don't have time to mow 20 acres. And actually, believe it or not, this isn't bad. This grass stuff will lay down this winter. I've been keeping sprayed, and we've been keeping a lot of that under control. Sounds good, Devin. Glad you were here. I knew we were going to run into some of that on a Friday, but like I said, if it's raining tomorrow, we wouldn't be able to squeeze it in. So, sounds good. We will definitely see you guys Sunday night. Some more junk I've been picking up off the ground in here. Literally picking up off the ground. Yes, that's an entire roof that was flipped upside down and has been laying out here for decades. These rear ends, this is literally just scrap that I've been picking up off the ground as I'm moving cars. Do not have any four-wheel drive 3/4 tons, no. So this is another big challenge over here. You know, you move 1 or 2 cars, then you spend 20 minutes picking up all the loose stuff that falls out. Retracts, I've got one retract. We just walked past it. I don't know if there's a top switch in it, but we'll walk by it again one more time real quick, and then we can go. You can call me and we can get into some of the specifics here in a little while. But that 58 is a retract. '63 Mercury 2-door, square body Chevy pickup beds. Pretty decent little early short bed for a square body with the old round gas cap hole. All right, we've pretty much been around what everybody wants to see today. Site comments are slowing down. We maybe caught everything everybody's interested in today. If so, we can we'll go ahead and start wrapping things down. If there's something else you want to see, just throw it up there in the comments, and we will try to catch it. Some Volkswagens and even a Porsche. Just one of those things that showed up here, so. Rabbits. Got about a half dozen rabbits. You bet, Carl. Glad you guys all were able to jump on for a bit today. Like I said, had no idea what would happen on a Friday trying it, but I thought, what the heck? We'd give it a shot. All right, well, it looks like not getting a lot more comments about what anybody wants to see or any specifics, so if that's the case, we'll probably go ahead and get things wound down. I'm gonna go in and get some address labels done. Everything from Sunday night here the last few weeks has shipped except for the stuff that I do not have addresses on. Got a few things hanging due to the address situation, but for the most part, all that stuff from the last few Sunday nights should be on the way. Big truck cabs, Yolanda, for what? Depends on what you're looking for. The Dodge Snow Fighter. You guys know I think this truck is cool. 61 Chevy short bed step side. 37 Olds. All right, what else we want to see? Or are we about ready to wrap things up? Check out this old Ford. 78 F-150 Ranger. Two-tone brown and white. Grill guard, bug deflector. Diamond plate running boards. Rear step bumper. Tailgate protector. Everything you'd expect to see on one of these trucks in the late 70s, early 80s right there on that Ford. Bill wants to go see the plane. Anybody else want to go see the plane real quick? We can sure swing around. We're actually not too terribly far away from the plane. Kind of see it popping up back there. So let's take a wander on back to the airplane. We'll go check out the plane real quick. There is a full video on the plane if you want to go check it out, but we can sure head on back there right now. We got a few minutes here, no big deal. How's that for some big old 70s iron? Lincoln Town Car and Cadillac Eldorado. I think the Cad's a 76 and the Lincoln's a 78. '57 Plymouth. Some 55 Chevy bodies, a tractor Mike just brought in. We'll have a full video on those. What the heck, we'll probably throw that up tonight on those 55 Chevys. Lots of new inventory back here we haven't seen. 79 Dodge half-ton short bed club cab 4-wheel drive, 51 F1, 51 Dodge. And without further ado, the 1959 Twin Beach, the Beach 18 airplane. The wings were removed for transport. However, they are right here. So we will need to get the wings back on this thing before we move it up towards the front of the yard for display. But there she is, the 1959 Twin Beach that came in a little earlier this year. I love airplanes. I was super excited to get this thing. Ground damaged on the tail. High wind caught it, spun it around, whipped it into the fence, damaged the tail. And we can look right up in there. Nobody's airline. So what the heck? Let's just climb up in here for a minute. Right up in the cockpit. That's why I've been grabbing PT Cruisers, Bill. I think there might be a following for them someday, so I've been snagging them when I find them. There's Buick Man. All right, here we are up in the cockpit. They stripped a lot of the avionics out of this plane, obviously, anything that could still be used after it was damaged. So this is pretty much how I got it. But that's okay. It's just going to be a static display piece at this point. So not that big a deal. Whatever could be used, you know, really needed to be taken out so that it could be used once again, as opposed to just letting it sit here as a static display piece. So obviously excited to add that to the collection, even though it is just display. I love it. So yep, I don't know if the PT Cruisers are going to be worth hanging on to or not, but I've come up with a few of them over the last few years, so I'm holding on to them just in case. So anyway, anything else anybody wants to see, or are we about ready to wind things down today? We had a decent crowd on for Friday afternoon. Like I said, I had no idea if anybody would get on or not, since it was a Friday. But really not that many fewer people than we typically get on a weekend. So I guess it was worth doing. I'm glad you guys had some fun. If there is something else you want to see, be sure to throw it up there before we jump off of here. Get it into the comments, and we'll sure try to squeeze something else in. If not, we're going to go ahead and wind things down. Just right here where I'm standing, a lot of cool stuff coming up. 65 GMC farm truck, tractor Mike brought in. 94, now this sounds a little weird, maybe sounds a little bit too new, but it's kind of crazy to think it's 30 years old. And it was not the beginning of something that is an extremely popular trend today, but it was second in line in what is now a very popular trend in diesel pickups. Obviously, Dodge kind of broke the mold when they went with the Cummins in their pickups. Ford answered about 5 years later by the turbo Power Stroke diesel. You know, Ford had the 6.9 then, but when they went to the Power Stroke with a turbo, they finally got competitive with Dodge. GM lagging a little bit behind before they went to the Duramax. But we've got a 94.5, one of the early Power Stroke Fords in here. Kind of a, you know, for Ford fans, definitely a transition piece in that era. What else is sitting here? 55 Plymouth two-door hardtop, 51 Dodge, the 51 F1, the 79 Dodge pickup, all sitting right here. I think we will get that 55 Chevy video tonight, possibly. 54 Fords, Perry. 54 Ford what? Let me know what we're talking about. We can sure try to squeeze something in, maybe. And otherwise, we will see a lot of you guys. Hope to see you guys Sunday night on Sunday Night Live chat at 8 o'clock Central Time. So let's see what Perry wants, and then we will probably get ready to sign off unless we get some more comments rolling in here. So give a few more seconds to let that come through, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, Bill, don't float away. It sounds like all you guys back east are getting a ton of rain. I talked to a buddy of mine in the Carolinas this morning. He said they had 8 to 10 yesterday. So 54 May. Only thing I've got in 54 car is one just gutted shell. I think it's a two-door sedan body, no front clip, no interior, no driveline. I've got a couple of 53s and 52s, but 54 not much at all in car. I've got some truck stuff, but car stuff just really don't have much at all, Perry. Depending on what you needed, we've got some bits and pieces laying around off of other cars. I know there's a set of 54 park lights in that auction box from the other day. So if you got some specifics, just give me a call, but not a lot in 54 car right now. Texas fits all, there you are. Well, that's why we did this today. Nice overcast, just enough breeze to keep it comfortable, but not too breezy to where it was windy and nasty. The rain held off. Like I said, there was some on the radar out west, but it is not here. But it looks like tomorrow and Sunday we've got a pretty good chance of seeing some of it. So figured we would go ahead and jump on today. That's right, it's a Buick, man. A lot of those big 70s Buicks did get demoed. I don't have any 73 full size. Nothing. I think there's some bits and pieces up there off of cars that Dad had over the years, but do not have any full size 73s right now in the yard. So anyway, that being said, any other comments, throw them up there. If not, we're going to wind this thing down so I can get back to work, go get some of the shipments out of here today, and hope to see you all Sunday night. Like I said, we will get a video up tonight, probably that 55 Chevy video. Those cars are just bodies. They're just shells that came in from Tractor Mike. But, you know, we'll share those with you. And like I said, I've got to get some of this other stuff, some of this. This old, pretty neat old pickup, club cab short bed. The old 51 F1. That 51 Dodge straight in from the Tractor Mike collection. At Plymouth. There's that old Power Stroke Ford, 65 GMC. Yes, the Mercury pace car is clear up front. I've got it up by the building, so we will definitely be doing some content on that. And but yeah, like I said, it's rough, but it's definitely buildable. It's been in a barn for decades. I actually went through my old pictures, and the location where that auction was at last week, I was actually out there 3 or 4 years ago. The landowner took us out there, the guy that was farming it all, and gave us the contact info for the owners. At that time, they didn't want to sell anything, but I did take pictures while I was out there, and I actually looked, and I do have a picture of that Mercury pace car convertible in the old round top from the first time I saw it 3 or 4 years ago. So the car hit the old Ford pickup and wiped out the car. That doesn't surprise me. Those things were pretty stout, especially in the rear. So yeah, we'll definitely be bringing some stuff on that pace car convertible. Yeah, I'll probably put Nobody's Show up on the nose up there is what I'm kind of thinking. I don't know. I get it up on the highway, you're not going to be able to miss it, but I thought I might just put Nobody's Show right across the front of the nose. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things shake out. I got a lot of work to do to get this thing moved, get the wings back on it, get it moved, get it to where I can get up on the highway. But I think it's going to be pretty cool once we get it done. So anyhow, any other comments, be sure to get them up there. If not, we're going to shut this thing down. I'm going to get back to work. Appreciate you guys stopping by on a Friday afternoon. And that thing is clear to the front, Bill. We are clear to the back. It's going to take a little while to get there. But I need to get, and it's full of other stuff. There's some old seats in it. There's some other junk in it. I need to get the rest of the parts out of the trunk's full of parts. I need to kind of sort through it and you know, see before we do a video on it. But yeah, we'll definitely be getting a video on it. Do not have any K20 Blazers, Heather. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to miss this thing. To try to kind of give you perspective, I'm right at 6 feet tall, and you can see that my head is right here where we remove this panel to get some stuff off to load it, okay? So you can see where that panel is, and I figure I'm right at about 6 foot tall. And the nose is clear up here. So, you know, it's probably 9 feet up to the peak of the nose. And then when we get the wings back on it, it's got like a 48-foot wingspan. So it's hard to put into perspective just looking at a picture of it here. But I mean, it's not a massive airplane, but it's a lot bigger than a lot of people realize when you walk right up to it. So paint gray kitty on it. Regardless, I think it's super cool and I love it, but I'm an airplane fan as much as I am a car fan, so still super geeked about it. It is bigger than your 73 Buicks, that's true. Probably not by much, but it is a little bit. So anyway, guys, appreciate you swinging by today. Glad we got to hang out for a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll catch y'all Sunday night. Once again, if you have any questions about anything you saw in the video or anything you may need for your project or what you're looking for a project, just give me a call, 620-786-4428. Giving me a call is the only way to have that conversation. Texts, emails, private messengers, none of that stuff ever works. Just give me a call. 9 times out of 10, when somebody calls me, I have more questions for them than they do for me, trying to make sure that we're on the same page and we're all talking about the same thing. So give me a quick phone call, and that way I know what you're looking for when I come out here. With all, you know, a couple thousand cars on the ground and 20 acres, there's a lot of inventory out here. I need to know exactly what you need and what you're looking for, so when I get out here, we're all on the same page. So anyway, appreciate you guys swinging by today. Hope you had a good time. It's always fun doing this. Like I said, the weather happened to cooperate. Here in another month or two, we'll do it again. We try to do them every few months. It's been a little longer than that this time, but we do typically try to do that. So, okay, I will try to look at that. I think I saw a bunch of that pop up. And that's the thing, when I don't know they're coming through, a lot of that stuff, I'll see it scroll through. A couple hours later, it's buried. It's not even on the screen anymore. It's further on down. And so a lot of times, if I don't know you're sending them, then a lot of times I'll just skip over it. And then, like I said, an hour later, they're buried and I don't even look back. And then 2 or 3 weeks from now, when I'm cleaning out old texts, then I'll find them again and try to remember what the heck we were talking about. So yeah, no problem, not a problem at all. But yeah, that's why you didn't hear back from me, because I remember seeing a bunch of texts pop up with pictures and then never looked again. So anyhow, thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys stopping by on a Friday afternoon. The weather cooperated today, so we're going to work with it. I am probably at this point going to try to make Springfield swap meet. If any of you guys are thinking about catching that, keep that in mind. Tentatively, I'm hoping to make it work. It's still up in the air, but I'm going to try. So I know some of you guys were asking about doing the Springfield swap meet, who was going to be there. I'm going to try to tentatively, I'm going to try to make that happen. So anyway, I'm going to get back to work. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you guys being here. Hope you had fun. Give me a shout if you got any questions. We'll show up to see you all 8 o'clock Central Time, Sunday evening for some Sunday night live chat. Thanks for being here, everybody.